Hello, my name is Dylan Kaiser, and I am Assistant Project Manager at Colantonio. The intent of this video is to provide a detailed walkthrough of our construction approach and give some guidance to subcontractors that may have specific concerns or questions regarding the bidding process. We have given a lot of attention to the logistical and phasing challenges associated with this project. I hope that this video will aid in your understanding of these challenges and our approach to overcome them during the construction process. To begin this walkthrough, I will go over some project basics and general information. I will then cover the site before moving on to the interior of the building. There, I will take you through our approach to the residential units, and then more specifically, the phasing of the HVAC work. I'll then move on to our sequencing of common area renovations, before tying everything up with an overview of the dates proposed in our schedule, and then finally, a quick closing. The project site is located at 90 Longwood Avenue in Brookline. This property is owned by Brookline Housing Authority. The building has 10 full floors. Levels 2 through 10 consist of 11 residential units per floor, totaling 99 units. The common area consists of new Brookline Housing Authority offices, a laundry room, a kitchen, finance and rental offices, and a community room. This project will renovate all units and common areas to provide improved accessibility, functionality, and building efficiency. The major challenge of this work is that the building will be occupied during construction. There will be only 16 units vacant at a time for renovations. To get an understanding of the project location, here is a Google Maps view of the surrounding area. The main access to the site will be via Longwood Avenue on the south side of the building. The parking lot that you see to the west side of the building is part of the property at 90 Longwood Avenue. The parking spaces are to remain open to residents throughout the duration of the project. The parking lot will be off limits for construction use. There will also be no available parking for subcontractors within the project site. Public parking is available on the north side of Longwood Avenue, however spaces are limited. As such, it would be advantageous to try and limit construction vehicles to as few as possible. Moving on to the project site, we will be utilizing the area northwest of the site for our field offices, dumpsters, and a few storage trailers. For bidding purposes, subcontractors should assume that there will be no on-site storage available, with the exception of one HVAC storage trailer, one plumbing storage trailer, and one electrical storage trailer. A predetermined area in front of the building along Longwood Avenue will be utilized for material deliveries. The main access points into the building will be the entrances shown here. The entrances will be temporarily closed during construction but will remain accessible as emergency exits if needed. Due to the restrictions of this site, subcontractors are to schedule all deliveries in advance with Colantonio's superintendent. To facilitate construction with the 16 vacant units, we have divided the residential work on each floor into 3 vertical stacks. This floor plan is typical of levels 2 through 10. Stack 1 consists of 4 units on each floor. These are units A, B, K, and LL. Stack 2 consists of 4 units on each floor as well. These are units E, F, G, and H. Lastly, Stack 3 consists of 3 units on each floor. These are units C, D, and J. Before continuing with the phasing, one point to make here is that as part of the base bid, all gypboard will be removed from existing walls within the units as seen in these pictures. Units will be completely exposed after completion of the demo and abatement. Subcontractors should expect free and clear access within interior walls of the units to perform their work. Additionally, any hanger installation or other work requiring drilling into ceilings should not need to be done in containment. As part of alternate number 2, the drywall in the kitchen and bathroom will be fully removed, but the remainder of drywall in the unit will be cut and patched in lieu of full removal. In this instance, MEP trade contractors will be required to mark out locations of cutting so that the abatement sub can provide the necessary in-wall access. Looking now at the building elevation, you can get a better understanding of how work will progress through the building. Work will begin in Stack 1 on the upper levels and will continue down through Level 2. We will continue with Stack 2, also starting with the upper levels and working top to bottom. Finally, Stack 3, working down through substantial completion. To fully understand this progression, let's take a closer look at Stack 1. Returning to the full building elevation, you can see the progression through the entirety of Stack 1. Stack 2 will continue in the same manner as Stack 1. Once we reach stack 3, we will be able to grab 5 floors per phase as there are only 3 units on each floor. Leapfrogging floors allows for there to always be vacant units beneath ongoing construction activities in the level above. This facilitates through-floor penetrations for riser piping and associated work between floors. This becomes an important factor in the ability to complete the necessary HVAC work. One of the main reasons for phasing the building as we have shown is to facilitate the installation of new HVAC riser piping for the rooftop air-cooled condensing units. These condensing units must have at least 50% of the overall capacity available in order for the equipment to be operational as designed. Looking again at stack 1, you can see all 4 units on each floor within the stack, units A, B, K, and LL. The pairs of units on each side of the hallway will share riser shafts in the existing chase between the bathrooms. We know that there will be 3 main phases to complete these units in stack 1. For us to turn over units for occupancy in phase 1, there must be operational heating and cooling on level 10 prior to being able to complete the system entirely. To achieve 50% capacity for the condensing units in phase 4, we will be valving 1 riser on each side of the hallway. This allows for startup of the condensing units that service units on levels 10, 9, 8, and 7. Once work begins on level 6 in phase 5, the riser piping can be extended through those units without interrupting the system operations on floors above. Now, the other 2 rooftop units will be at 50% capacity to allow their operation. Again, this riser will need to be valved in order to facilitate startup. Phase 6 then begins on level 2, and the riser piping can be extended downward. There will then be a short shutdown required to recalibrate or pressurize the risers to the full system capacity. This shutdown will be coordinated in the field with Brookline Housing and Colantonio's superintendent. Another component to this work is the condensate drain. The condensate drain is designed to be gravity fed to level 1. However, because we will be making the system operational in a temporary state, the HVAC subcontractor will be responsible for temporarily collecting or diverting the condensate at level 7. When level 6 becomes available, the condensate drain can be extended and temporarily collected or diverted again on level 6. This process will continue until the full condensate drain stack can be installed. These same concepts for piping will apply through stack 2 as well as stack 3. Moving on now to the first floor and the common area work of the project. The common area work on this floor will happen prior to the work in the units. We will start building out a temporary community room and kitchen for the residents so that they will have a place to convene during the renovation of the existing community room. Please note that temporary electric, lighting, and flooring will need to be installed to provide a reasonably functional community room. Modifications will also need to be made to the existing HVAC system and fire-rated ceilings based on the new community room layout. Once that work is complete, we will move into the other half of the floor to renovate the office area. Lastly, in Phase 3, we will need to return to the Phase 1 area to finish out the remaining spaces. The elevator lobby and side entrance will be one of the last areas finished on this project in an attempt to prevent damage to finished products as construction materials moved in and out of the building. This table should provide a clear understanding of how the common area and residential work will occur over the course of the project. You can see each phase of construction and the different area of work in each phase. The approximate duration of this project is 18 months to substantial completion. However, our goal is to work with the awarded trade and non-trade subcontractors to improve upon this duration by developing the most efficient phasing and sequencing possible. This will not only benefit construction, but Brookline Housing Authority and the residents of Morse Apartments as well. Please note that the phasing plan shown in this video should be thought of as preliminary and for bidding purposes only. As I previously mentioned, final phasing and logistics concepts will be refined in conjunction with awarded trade and non-trade subcontractors. Subcontractors will be responsible for all costs associated with their means and methods required to execute this phasing as shown and any possible methods by which to improve upon the described plans. Lastly, and most importantly, all subcontractors and all on-site workforce and anyone coming onto the project site should always be respectful of the residents. This is their home, and we should always be mindful of that. Treat them as you would expect someone working around your own home. That brings us to the end of our virtual walkthrough. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and we look forward to having a successful project. Thank you.